welcome to AHSAA Weekly TV. I'm Michael Giddens. This is the program where we look at all things Alabama high school athletics. And on this week of the program, we recap the exciting Super Sevens that just took place in Auburn. We'll have a breakdown of each game as well as having a top 10 plays of the Super Seven. And we will take a look at the Alabama high school cheerleading competition that comes up this weekend, as well as the exciting Alabama-Mississippi All-Star Classic that will take place in Hattiesburg, Mississippi at noon on Saturday. All of this and more on AHSAA Weekly.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Let's go back and take a look at the highlights of this highly entertaining Class 1A state championship game in the first half. Mars Hill started off a great drive down the field. Their 8th grade quarterback, Griffin Hansen, making some big plays. And then Justice McDaniel, great running back, with a touchdown and 2-point conversion. But then right on the next possession, Chavante Abney. Big catch across the middle, another big catch across the middle, this one for a touchdown to cut it to 8-7. But here comes Mars Hill back again. This is McDaniel. Another huge run, taking it inside the red zone. And then you're going to see Peyton Higgins. Higgins with a touchdown run. And it's 16-7 with another 2-point conversion. But then DeQuez Madden comes back. Madden with a touchdown run, and then some tough defense by Lynette to cut it down to 16-13. We're still in the first quarter. There's Christian Story, one of his many great passes during the day, the great quarterback. And then Brandon Smith with a touchdown run to give Lynette the lead at 20-16. But McDaniel coming back on a 2nd and goal situation with a 21-yard touchdown run. It was 22-20 Mars Hill at the half. Big possession by Lynette in the second half. It began with Christian Story with a touchdown run. And here is the play of the game. A scramble situation, and Story comes out of there, weaves his way through the Mars Hill defense. It was the play of the game. It was a 58-yard touchdown run by MVP Christian Story, and that gave Lynette a 2-score lead. Mars Hill not done yet. We're coming back with another touchdown run by McDaniel. But just too much from Christian Story and the Lynette team with another touchdown run. Back and forth as we see, again, a touchdown run there, but then the final touchdown of the game being scored by Christian Story. Story with an interception to actually end the game. And your Class 1A state champions, the Lynette High School Panthers.
Coach, your son gets it done on offense, defense, and on special teams. Can you put into words what this moment means for you as a coach and you as a dad?
I can't put it into words. I mean, from since he was a baby, I knew he was going to be special. My oldest son had a chance to do some of the same things. I got a baby boy coming behind him. I'm just so proud of him. He had an outstanding high school career. He's going to be truly missed, but he just made plays when they need to be made. I'm so proud of him.
What does this win mean for you guys to take it home? 2nd state championship in school history, 1st as a 1A school, and to do it for Coach Wise?
I mean, it means so much. Coach Wise been battling cancer. He fought through it, and I told the kids last night, let's win this for Coach Wise, because I knew what he did and the hard work that he put in to try to get back. But, you know, for us to be able to do it, I'm overwhelmed with joy. I'm so excited for my team. They could have gave up all year long. We faced a lot of adversity, but they didn't quit. And that been the main thing. We talked about finishing and don't quit, and that's what we was able to do tonight.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you so much.
It was all Fife in the Class 2A championship game from the very beginning to the very end. Taking a look at first half highlights, Fife received the opening kickoff, and Zach Pyron, your game MVP, right here getting loose on a 40-yard touchdown run. That was the first score. It was 7-0 on the opening drive. Then disaster, a turnover, a fumble on the ensuing kickoff, and Fife taking advantage. Brody Dalton with a 20-yard touchdown pass from Pyron. That was 14-0. Disaster striking again for Reeltown. This time Ty Bell with a scoop and score from 8 yards away. And then more. Zach Pyron, a 3-yard touchdown run. It was 28-0. The one bright spot in the game right here, Eric Shaw, the great athlete, going to the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star Classic, committed to South Carolina with a 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. But then it's back to Pyron, a 1-yard touchdown run, made it 35-7. Great defense here. This is a team that gave up only the kickoff return. And again, Ike Roll, 4-yard touchdown run, 42-7, 19 seconds before halftime. No scoring in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, Malachi Mize with a 3-yard touchdown run. That pushed it to 49-7. And then we had a punt that went over the Reeltown punter's head. Tried to kick it out of there, couldn't do it. Fife fell on it for a touchdown late in the game. That was in the last couple of minutes. You see Fife celebrating there. They win.
Can you put into words your team just winning in dominating fashion here today to go back-to-back in Class 4A?
Well, we need to give God all the glory for this. We had a great season with no injuries to start with, you know, and this team is a pretty good team if we could stay healthy. And, you know, just the kids played great. We got off to a good start. You know, we're not this much better than them, I know. But, you know, tonight, you know, the kids are just, they jumped on early and never let off. So.
Congratulations, Coach. Go celebrate.
If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Complete game highlights coming now from Piedmont's 26-24 win over the Mobile Christian Leopards. Early on, it was all Mobile Christian as they had a big pass. This was Nick Linke. With the pass early on, they had a field goal. That was Jackson Chandler, number 34, with a field goal. Great defense by Mobile Christian as they had the eventual game MVP, Jackson Hayes, under all kinds of pressure in the first half. But this was the big play in the first half. Nick Ellis, an 85-yard touchdown pass from Kason Linke. That gave them a 10-0 lead. A turnover by Mobile Christian deep in the territory. Piedmont had a chance to score some points here, but again, the defense by Mobile Christian was the story. Hayes scrambling right here, trying to get some tough yards. A field goal attempt. This was going to be blocked basically in the half by Mobile Christian. It was 10-0 Leopards at the half. But Piedmont 26 points in the second half as the Bulldogs did it on the ground. They opened up the second half with a 7-minute drive, capped by Hayes there with a 1-yard touchdown run. But Linke back once again. No problem whatsoever in answering on the ensuing drive. Another quick drive by Mobile Christian's Deontay Lawson, a 4th down, 3-yard touchdown run, but Piedmont came right back on the initial possession, an 81-yard touchdown pass from Jack Hayes to Austin Estes, and that was on the first play of the fourth quarter. Piedmont coming back again. This is Hayes finding Sean Smith. And then Hayes again with another touchdown run, a short run for the Bulldogs. 7:04 left in the game. But Piedmont missed the extra point. They were down 20-17. Deontay Lawson with another 4th down pass for Mobile Christian. Jack Hayes answers it with a touchdown pass to Jagari Foster to give them what would be the winning points. And then Hayes doing it on defense. They put him in at defensive back. Steve Smith celebrates after he makes the interception. And basically, Piedmont behind MVP quarterback, a 9th grader, a freshman, Jack Hayes, his brother Taylor Hayes.
Coach, emotional. You have tears in your eyes. You said this team battle-tested. How does it feel to see their here today?
What a great group of kids we got. They're a fun bunch to have on the team. You know, we're down 10-0 at halftime, and they were so resilient. They came back in the second half and showed a little different formation than we had shown in the playoffs, and you know, it worked for us. We was able to get down the field and put some points on the board, and our defense come up with some big stops. But hats off to Mobile Christian, Coach Cottrell and their group. They got a fine, fine team. Great football game. This is what high school football is all about. And today we came out on the winning side, and I'm so proud of my guys. I'm so proud of our coaches and everybody that put so much effort in this season. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience for us, and very thankful.
What worked for Jack Hayes in the second half really took off there?
Well, we got a little tight end trip set, and we were able to run the ball some. Kind of got a little numbers advantage, and then we was able to hit a couple of big plays, pass plays off to play action. Kids did not panic. That's the big thing. The kids didn't panic. They believed in what we were doing. Played some guys both ways in the second half that laid it on the line for their team, and I'm just tickled to death for our guys.
Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you very much.
And we're about to take a look at the highlights of a very hard-fought Class 4A state championship game. In the first half of this game, it was Jacksonville early on trying to find something. They get a pass play for about 5 yards or so, but on the fourth play of the game, Ron Wiggins, one of the best running backs you'll find in the state of Alabama in any classification, breaks loose for a 79-yard touchdown run. You see right here just kind of picking his way. The way after that, it was pretty tough. He did not have all that many yards after that. But UMS answered later on the first quarter, about a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Richard Brinson with a 23-yard touchdown run. Then we see an interception, and that led to another touchdown pass. This was Jay Lawrence with a touchdown pass from Trey Singleton just before halftime. It was 14-7. In the second half, this is Simon Smith, the MVP of the game. Also the APS player of the game as well with a big run. They went to kind of the counter game in the third quarter, and that was very good to UMS. They tried to go to the passing game. There was an incomplete pass there to Smith. Jacksonville on a fourth down pass trying to go to the end zone. Can't find anyone there. Again, here's quarterback Luke Jackson out in the flat, finding a player for the big pass, and then we go down and we got Mason Terrell, a freshman, a ninth grader, with a field goal to cut it to 14-10. But then a huge pass, Keyshawn Woodyard with a big pass down to the 10-yard line. Brinson again in the end zone with a 4-yard touchdown pass, and that gave an insurmountable lead to UMS-Wright as they went up 21-10. Here was the capper right here. Simon Smith, the game MVP, with a 12-yard touchdown run. That made it 28-10. A late touchdown pass by Luke Jackson to Jaden Barksdale for Jacksonville, closed it out to 28-17. But UMS...
Coach, your offense came out in the second half and really dominated. What can you say just about the way your team played here today?
Well, we just went in, made a few adjustments, and carried it out. I thought we left some points out here in the first half, but you know, credit to Jacksonville. They got after us. They played hard, and you know, it took us a while to find something we could do, and we just made a few plays in the second half, and you know, kind of like we've done all year.
Third straight championship. How special is this one compared to all the ones in the past?
Well, you get my age, they're all special. But this one, every time it gets a little bit better. You never get tired of this. It's the whole experience, being here, what Auburn does, and the mayors, and all that kind of stuff. It's experience these guys will never forget.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Playoffs. Now, let's take a look at these first half highlights, and it began big time with Pleasant Grove, a big touchdown pass. That's Perryman, touchdown pass to Xavier Hill in the end zone. Central Clay County coming right back, though, moving down the field. Quentin Knight going to tie it up here 7-7 with a big touchdown run into the end zone. You'll see that one coming up right here. That was in the second quarter and made it 7-7. Great defense by Pleasant Grove as they sack Boyd Ogles, the quarterback for Clay Central. And then we see the MVP of the game, Quentin Knight, once again. This is a big play in the game. A big run by Knight, but he's stripped of the football, recovered by Pleasant Grove before it goes out of bounds. And they turned that into points and into a halftime lead. Perryman again with a big pass into the end zone to Chris Lewis from around 40 yards away. They missed the extra point. 13-7, Pleasant Grove. The defense stands tough, and it's 13-10 at halftime because Pleasant Grove could not connect on a couple of passes there at the goal line in the last moments of the second quarter. We go into the third quarter, the second half of the third quarter, and we see a lot of Javon Wood with a bounce pass to get the reception there. And then J.D. McNeely, big number 21, really had a monster second half with some big runs there. Then Knight, a great 1-2 combination at the tailback position. Knight with a 20-yard touchdown run. That made it 24-13. Lewis to Perryman, another big touchdown pass, and then a big interception. This was a big play in the game here. Jesse Hall with a big interception and a return all the way back down to the Central of Clay County 25-yard line with just 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. They get to the fourth. Hill with a touchdown pass from Perryman again. It's 27-24 Pleasant Grove, and here's how hard-hitting this game was. Look at that monster hit by the Pleasant Grove Spartans. And here is a big play in the game. A high snap, gets it off, touched by Pleasant Grove. Clay Central recovers, and then they hit Javon Wood with a pass that takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line. On the next play, J.D. McNeely takes it in for the touchdown and the lead. And then great defense at the end of the game. Great defense, and especially right here, Perryman trying to get into the end zone, knocked down at the half-yard line as the game ends. The celebration zone. Danny Horn for the 8th time hosting a blue map. He sets the record. No team, no coach has won more state championships in state history than Danny Horn. 8.
Coach, you said your defense was the reason why you got back to the big stage. Your defense is what made you state championships. Walk me through your emotions of that last play.
Well, I'm telling you what, this group's really worked hard, and you know, I don't know why every time we play it has come down to the last play, but you know, praise the Lord that you know we made one more play and they did at the end, and you know, I'm so thankful and blessed.
Quentin Knight in your offense, just your thoughts on what they were able to do here today.
Quentin, I mean, we ran the ball well. We could have put the ball game away right there, but we had a penalty. But you know, Quentin's a winner. You know, him and J.D. McNeely back there. That's two great running backs, and you know, our offensive line I thought did a really good job tonight because their defensive line is pretty good. And you know, we just, like I said, made one more play and they did, and I'm thankful for that.
Congratulations, Coach.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price, guaranteed. If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Especially in the second half. Let's go to the first half, though, and we'll begin right off the bat. Here's Johnny Morris taking it out to the goal line for a 29-yard run from the 1-yard line all the way back out to the 34-yard line. Here's Oxford. This is J.B. Carlisle. You'll see him a lot in these highlights with a big run, a strong run, and then here's a big play in the game. This was Carl Fontroy with a pick at the goal line, returned it all the way back out to the 42-yard line. Trey Higgins, the outstanding quarterback of Oxford, is finding some tough going against that Spanish Fort defense. And then here comes J.B. Carlisle again, a 13-yard touchdown run to give Oxford a 7-0 lead, 2:05 to go until halftime. This is Chris Abrams-Drain, a 27-yard run, taking it deep into Oxford territory. And then we see a touchdown pass, or potential pass for a touchdown, trying to line up for a touchdown. But right before halftime, a 35-yard field goal from Tanner Kesey is missed, and Oxford continues to lead it 7-0 as we go to the half. In the third quarter, here comes Spanish Fort again on the move. And we're going to see a touchdown throw into the end zone. This is Morris, Johnny Morris, a touchdown pass from Abrams-Drain to tie it at 7-7. Look at this catch by Rock Taylor in double coverage, but then a block, almost a kick six. This ball rolls all the way back to the 2-yard line. That's where Micah Gaffney picks it up. Comes down the same sideline as Chris Davis, knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line, a 96-yard return. Then a fumble into the end zone, recovered by Spanish Fort for the touchdown, reviewed, and it stands. Oxford on the ensuing drive. This is another play that was reviewed, as it was Carlisle about a half of a foot short. But the Oxford defense holds, and they get the ball back with less than 2 minutes to go in the game. Here's the MVP, Zay Britt, doing it not only with his legs, as you see here, a big run to take it down to the 15-yard line, but also he hands it off, and he hands it off to Traquan Fagans with a 5-yard, actually a 3-yard touchdown run. The extra point, they just talked about it, from Andrew Warhurst was good. Then on the pooch kick, it was fumbled by Spanish Fort. Oxford recovers. They run the clock out, and Oxford wins their first state championship in 26 years, 14-13 tonight over the Spanish Fort Toros at
Coach Etheridge down on the field, and Coach, thanks for joining us to talk about the guts and the determination of your team tonight.
I love these kids, man. I love these kids. They never quit. So all glory be to God. And, you know, just an amazing, amazing win for our kids in this community. Look at those stands. I mean, I think we're at Alabama-Auburn game, man. I'm so happy for these young men and our whole school system, our city, you know, the great city of Oxford. I'm just so proud to be a Jacket.
Coach, talk about your defense. You relied on them there at the end. They come up with a big stop, get you the football back, and just the character of this team and your defense all year long has been a spectacular event.
Well, guys, you know, this defense has no quit in them. All year long, they play great. You know, hats off Spanish Fort. They got a phenomenal football team, and you know, Ben does a great job. And I just, you know, like I said, I can't even speak right now. I'm so proud of these guys. Words don't even express how proud I am of them.
Coach, you go celebrate with your team. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. God bless y'all.
I'll take you and show you some of the first half highlights. As we go take you to the first quarter, and we're going to see fumbles were the story of the game. Early on, both teams had fumbles. You see a fumble there by Central Phoenix City. Another fumble by Central Phoenix City. These early turnovers were very costly for the Red Devils. But here's the story of the game. This quarterback right here, first-year starting quarterback for the Central Phoenix City Red Devils, is Sawyer Pate. He was the APS MVP of the game. He was also the MVP of the game from the Alabama High School Athletic Association at the Super 7. In the first half, just laser. He was Danny Werfel-like. He had 11 of 16 pass completions for 182 yards and 2 touchdowns just in the first half, as we had Central Phoenix City down very early in this game, 23-7. That 23-7 lead by Thompson was really insurmountable. They went in 23-7, kind of hung on the second half. Both the defenses taking over in the second half, and basically Central able to get 1 touchdown, but it was all Thompson. First half, second half, offense, defense, running the ball, throwing the ball. Just a very impressive performance by Mark Freeman and his team there, and especially in the second half. JoJo Gaithers, you see Gaithers here, number 22 of Thompson, had a tremendous second half. Hard working running back. And then we see the long touchdown pass here. A long pass all the way down to the 11-yard line, setting up another touchdown. There's Gaithers, JoJo Gaithers, number 22 in white there for the Thompson Warriors. Had a big time in the second half. A lot of huge runs in the second half to get first downs. A lot of times it was third down, and he would get 4 yards where they needed 3.5. And there you see the state championship trophy, the blue map. That's what we're talking about, because there's a blue outline of the state of Alabama.
Coach, you win your first state championship at Thompson, their second ever since 1985. Can you put into words what this moment means to you?
It's just a great moment. I'm so happy for the kids. I just wanted them to be able to taste what this is about. Coming last year had a lot to do with this, but you know what nobody's going to understand is what God has done in these 12 months. It's just an awesome thing. We give God all the glory for this, and I mean that with all my heart. We did our job, but man, this was a special, special group and a special year.
Talk about the way your team played here tonight, came out in dominant fashion on both sides of the ball to get it done.
We just felt like we really never felt like we wasn't going to win the game. And I don't mean that arrogantly, because I respect the crap out of Phoenix City and Jamie. I just can't tell you the things that this is so much more than a ring and a blue map. And that's the great thing about it.
Getting emotional.
Heck yeah, I'm emotional. I see these kids jumping around everywhere. So blessed.
Congratulations, Coach. We're going to let you go celebrate with your team.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Abrams, drain, gonna step back, roll, step back and go to the other side, wide open, touchdown. He finds Morris slipping out of the route.
No one's at home to that side, and the result is a Spanish Fort touchdown.
A little bit here. Brings the motion man across, fakes it, steps up, now throws in the end zone. Wow, what a well-designed play, and that's a touchdown. A Coca-Cola touchdown from...
A no jump pass right because he comes right off the fake, a little delay to his tight end.
Eagle football. He'll sweep it to Wiggins on the left side, looking for a block, finds a gap. Wiggins in the open field, 40-yard line midfield. He's done this a lot in his career, and he will go off and leave everyone. And into the end zone is Ron Wiggins.
The UMS had defenders. You're going to see it sealed in and kicked out. And, of course, a great move there by Wiggins, making the safety miss. And you can see why he has over 5,000 yards rushing over the last 2 years. Boy,
and that was the backbreaker for Lynette.
Henson back to throw. In all kind of trouble. Gets the pass away downfield, and it's picked by Story.
This guy has had a turnover on downs on a big run play. Now an interception, which gives him now 29 interceptions for his career, which is top 5 in the history of the state of Alabama. Talked about it all.
Perryman drops back, going to roll out to the left side, going to stop and throw it deep. Got a man down there, and he makes the kick. Chris Lewis snap, hold, kick is up, and it's blocked. It is blocked, and it's going to make its way down, and they're going to bring it out.
He's going to have some room.
He's got some room. He's got a wall to the near side. We talk about the kick 6. This is what it's going to look like when the return team wears black, and he gets into the end zone. And Perryman looks over the defense. He's going to step up, looking, rolls to the left side, in trouble, going to tuck it under, gets to the goal line and stopped at the 1.
That's the game.
And that's the ball game. Oh my goodness, what a game. An effort by Perryman as you see him get to the goal line, and then he runs into the other. Still got the same coverage out there. Hayes looks that way, now comes back, got a man wide open in the end zone. Catch is made, into the end zone, touchdown. There is a from Hayes as Foster.
Yeah, and I think equally.
Alabama 4A champions, the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, had a great year, a great crowd coming down to Jordan-Hare Stadium today to watch their team. Eric Shaw breaks it out on the kickoff return. We talked about Shaw and trying to get him the football, and he is still on his feet, a chance to take it in, and he will. Story, feeling the pressure now, steps up, takes off. This is what his coach was talking about. Story is going to take it all the way for 6.
Watch Story just go off and run. Let's give credit to number 3 on the block. This is just good quarterback awareness. And you're seeing this a lot in college football and in the NFL
as we conclude this thrilling story. That'll do it for the top 10 from the 2019 Super 7. Really impressive plays all around. And as we close the program, just a quick reminder that this Saturday, December the 14th, live on WOTM, we'll be bringing you the 2019 Alabama-Mississippi All-Star Game from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. That game kicks off at noon. We'll also have live coverage of the AHSAA State Cheer Competition, which is taking place at Wallace State Community College. We'll bring you that throughout all of Saturday as well. Until next time, I'm Michael Giddens, and this has been your look into all things Alabama high school athletics with AHSAA Weekly.
Ever since my boots first hit these streets, had to scratch and claw, made me hard to beat. They were real early mornings and late nights.